We have yet another live letter, and this is the final one before Dawntrail. So let's quickly go over the important things we got to hear about this time. Throughout the live letter we did get to see several screenshots, especially from the cities and the new areas. Then we got a key character overview. The main characters of this expansion are gonna be Wuglamat, who is taking part in the competition for the throne. Then we have Erenville, who we met originally in Endwalker, and he is Wuglamat's childhood friend. Kryl will have a big role in this expansion pack, as he is trying to learn more about her grandfather's dealing in Tural. And she is also the game's first Pictomancer. Koana is Wuglamat's brother, who is also taking part in the competition. Then we have Thancred and Urian J, who are both in the New World for their own reasons. We have Soral Ja, who is the first promise of Tuliolal, and from my understanding is another sibling of Wuglamat. Finally, there is Bakul Jaja. This one is not directly related to the Dawn Servant, but he is taking part in the competition. This two-headed Maulja apparently views everybody with less than two heads as inferior. Sounds like he's gonna be a fun person to interact with. Then there is Kulul Jaja, who is the current Dawn Servant and the leader of Tuliolal. And finally, the enigmatic Maiden, who we will meet in the course of our journey. As expected, we are getting new role quests. They will unlock at level 92, and there will be specific role quests for tanks, healers, melee DPS, physical range DPS, and magical range DPS. If you do all of these, there will be a special quest line in 7.0 or later. Additionally, Viper and Pictomancer are getting their own quest lines to introduce the jobs. We did get to see a set of new outfits, which we don't know where they come from, but these are very spiky. Even the white mage is very spiky. Disciples of the Hand and Land are also getting a new quest line. These are the Wachumeki deliveries. Apparently, Wachumeki is a string of various stones or precious stones that form a necklace. It is a word from the Pelu language. These will be split up into the blacksmith, armorer and goldsmith, the carpenter, leatherworker and weaver, the alchemist and culinarian, the miner and botanist, and finally the fisher. And again, if you finish all of these, there will be a bonus quest line happening somewhere in 7.1 or later. In 7.01, we will get access to the Arcadian, which is the first raid series. This is the 8-man raid that seems to be happening that is heavily related to Solution 9. We are also getting a new treasure dungeon in 7.05 named Sino Jadagural. Gatherers and crafters will be getting an update. Gatherers are getting a new action and trades, new gathering points, new regional folklore, and the new orange gatherer scripts, along with integrity showing the remaining numbers of gathering attempts will be displayed when on the gathering interface, so you know how many things you have the potential to get. The fishing guide will also now display the type of hook you have to use to catch a fish, which is gonna make some things much easier. For crafters, there will be new actions and trades, new recipes, new master recipes coming in 7.05, and new orange crafter scripts. And of course, with the new expansion we are getting new tombstones. These will be the elegant tombstones of aesthetics and the elegant tombstones of heliometry, which come with 7.05. We were shown the new tombstone gear, which is looking pretty nice, and also a second set of gear that they don't want to tell us where it comes from. My personal guess is either raid or PvP. The max amount of bicolored gemstones is going to be increased from 1000 to 1500, so those are going to be easier to collect. And there is a new update that allows us to hide nearby players when close to an NPC or object with a quest icon. This sounds extremely handy, especially during the release and during festival quests. Another quality of life update is that emotes and recipes for delivering items will now be accessible from the duty list, making things much simpler. Then we got the update to dye and gear. Now 2 different dyes can be applied to gear, though not all of the in-game gear is supporting this just yet. All new gear is gonna support this, but they will be going through the older gear as they go through the patches. There will be an option to set favorite dyes so you can easily apply them, and an option to save previously applied dyes as well so you can easily apply them to all the gear you're using. This sounds extremely handy. Another glam update is that we have a new gear slot. This is facewear. So for example, spectacles that were previously in the fashion accessories will now be added to the facewear slot. There you can equip them and save them as part of your gear set. Face accessories have their own window, and as you pick for example a spectacle, you can actually pick one of multiple colors for this. No dye is required, this is just available and it looks great. We did get to see some new minions and mount, and I think the most notable mount this time around is the new trial mount, which is wings. And it looks amazing and I cannot wait to try to farm this, and I hope I can actually kill some of these extremes this time around. There are also new mounts like flying squirrels, golden dino, and of course a llama. There are finally the Fantasia adjustments. Now the Fantasia will allow you to adjust your character as many times as you like for up to 60 minutes of in-game playtime. And remember, we're getting a new quest in the game that gives everybody a free Fantasia. The companion app is getting an update, including sending retainers on ventures, though it seems you require some in-game currency to do that. I don't know how that works. And finally they showed off a new housing look, and this one is so pretty. But that is a very quick overview of the live letter, and I hope this was helpful. So if you liked it, maybe throw me a commentation by liking and subscribing. And in the end, all I want to say is takk fyrir að horfa og eigðu yndislegan dag.